On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we are back in the shop with my $5,000 Ratvette, the C5 Corvette that only has 80,000 miles on it, yet was eaten by rats. And today, we're gonna do something you guys have been begging for in the comments. Clean the engine bay, and basically everything else. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Chair Go, and today I'm here in the shop with my $5,000 Corvette. And in the last episode, we got a lot of stuff fixed, right? So we've got the wiring harness in, we chased down the misfires, it's running well now. We're trying to clear every error off the dash, and under the hood, it's a bit of a disaster. When I went to do the wiring harness, we pulled the cowl out, we pulled the wipers off and all that stuff. So I thought, what better time to clean up the cowl, back to black or trim paint it, paint all the wiper blades, the wiper arms, so that they look new again, and wash everything underneath the cowl here, and wash the engine. And I mean, everyone's been begging to wash the engine bay. So I think we can clean that up, make it look really nice. And obviously when this looks nice, it's a lot easier to work on as well, because you're not getting dirty every time you touch anything in the bay. And the block offs for the air deleter here too. So it looks like we can get a lot of little stuff done today, which is a big deal. Honestly, this whole car is just a lot of little stuff. And if I had a whiteboard keeping track of this project like people have suggested, it would be full, the whole whiteboard. I'd really love to get on the heads-up display because I love the heads-up display to death. It's one of my favorite things about the C5, C6, C7, all the C. Anyway, let's, and maybe even fix that latch today. That would be cool too. So we're just gonna jump in here and start tackling stuff. Lots of painting to do and lots of cleaning to do. Saying the wiper arms on this C5 were rough would be a massive understatement. Look at the wiper blades themselves. They are completely toast. So we're gonna go ahead and release those. I already have new blades. If I can even get these things off. Wow, these are... There we go. Try not to get too hurt. The tubing for the sprayers was all tore up, not in the place where it belongs. This has a little Y in there so it can spray out both sides of the wiper arm. That was like pulled way out of here, so we have to get that kind of straightened out, and then we'll prep these with alcohol, maybe a little bit of sandpaper real quick to kind of level them off. And then I have trim paint. These can go directly in the trash. So this is how those tubes are supposed to sit up in there when the thing is actually on the car. It's really stretchy, pretty funny. So let's go clean these up and hit them with some Duplicolor trim and bumper paint. This is good stuff because it finishes with like a satin black. It looks like the factory. They just call it black. So it should be perfect and not reflect any light into your eyes. That's a big problem with glossy painted wiper arms and stuff like that. Paint booth built, wiper arms being sprayed. As you can imagine, I'm now completely covered in paint. You know, when you're like hair sticking to your arms because there's so much paint on you. But this trim here, the cowl itself looks really good. It's actually black. And over here, hiding behind L Cube, is our nicely finished wiper blades. So, much better. Solid black. That means our painting is knocked out and that stuff can be reassembled once all of this is clean. So we need to get the car outside and start doing a little bit of cleaning. Basically, we'll just spray everything down with degreaser, scrub everything we can until there's no more mud, rat's nest, all the stuff that was hanging out in this engine bay, and put everything back together. Should look way better. Honestly, I'm waiting for the rain outside to stop before I head out there and start washing this. So I've got the gold ratchet and another 10, and we're gonna do the air delete real quick. The old air check valve and the tubing is off of the manifold, and they even sent instructions, but I think we can just skip the instructions because this is a pretty straightforward job. So they even sent keychains with this. It's just a kit I ordered off eBay. There's new bolts. Wow, I was just gonna run the stock bolts, and I might do that because I do know the stock bolts won't ever seize up And maybe we'll put an exhaust on this at some point, so it'd be good to have a way to remove this. And what do we have here? This looks like the EGR plug. And that means this bag must have the air plugs in it, air block offs. And this just makes everything so much easier. If you ever have to change spark plugs and you have these block offs, the best job ever. Without it, nightmare. Look at all that. Okay, so those are the air ones, and this is more EGR. The block off is installed, the engine bay's cleaner, and now I'm gonna repeat this on the passenger side, which is actually the exhaust leak side, because you can see all we could do was crimp that thing down with pliers to try to kind of shut it up until we got these plates in. Let's hop in here, start this thing up, and see how good the engine sounds. I'm expecting almost brand new. It sounds like I might need an accessory belt tensioner or there's a bearing failing, but no more exhaust leak. And boy, oh boy, she's getting better and better. I'm about 90% sure it's the tensioner. It is not the tensioner. Tensioner sounds perfect. Water pump sounds good. Maybe it's the power steering pump. Little whir from the alternator. Weird. Even the power steering pump sounded nice. I found the squeal coming out of the belts. Corvettes love to take out that rubber-filled dampener down there on the main drive, and that back belt, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the AC compressor drive, is rubbing on the back of the pulley as it shakes. It's actually pretty violent. And the hood closes now. Just knocking the problems out on the Corvette today. Going for a drive, tops up. Might be raining, no wipers, but it's worth taking this thing out just to see how much better it is. I definitely need to replace that burnt out front turn signal bulb. It's on my to-do list. $5,000. Sure, I've spent a few dollars on it, but what a car. This little light of mine, it's back. We all knew it was coming back. I haven't had a chance to jump in there and shut air off yet, but I will. And we'll permanently clear all these lights. And I'm thrilled to report that this thing is insanely smooth out on the road, and it's driving so well. I'm not worried about it exploding or anything like the first time. I mean, what a car. What a car. I probably shouldn't be doing this in the rain. Oh, it's sweet. I'm gonna go straight to the gas station and fill it up with more new fuel, because obviously we know the fuel that was in it when I bought it was years old, probably 3 years old, and the fuel that's in it now, I only put like 5 gallons in it last time, so let's go get some good fuel. On my mission to reawaken her from her slumber, we've got 44K, BG's fuel system treatment, and of course I forgot to open the fuel door. Italian tune-up time. Oh, wow. Well, that's about the third time I've floored this car since we sorted out the misfires, and that one felt strong, very strong. And for some reason the gas gauge says it's 3/4 full when I know that tank is full. Gas gauge finally went all the way up, so I think we're good there. It's probably the first time the sender has moved all the way up. in a very long time. Let's get this thing open and start cleaning. Here's the before. It is absolutely nasty in this engine bay, and I think the after will be insane. A few minutes later, the engine bay isn't perfect, but I think it's a lot better. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I tried to get all the dirt out of there. The wipers are 100% turned off and it's just sitting there running. At least it's kind of mesmerizing. Anyway, in another video I mentioned that I wanted to manually trigger the fans to make sure everything worked, so let's go to fan relay 1. And we'll give this thing a second here, and all right, it looks like that far fan came on. I don't see any movement out of this one. So we'll hit off, go back, fan relay 2, 3, and definitely sounds like we have more fan. All right, and let's go for the trifecta there, 1, 2, and 3 enable. So anytime now. There we go. Full fans. That's what I'm talking about. It's time to install our freshly painted parts, the cowl and the wiper arms, and I think this is gonna look incredible. So first things first, you have to push these little nubs through here for the washer sprayers. And then you gotta kind of work this up in. That goes up under the windshield, and there's another sprayer goes right here in the corner. These kind of pop through, and then the fun part, everything has to wiggle into position and lock down. So this one's kind of close, actually, kind of close. Needs to go under the windshield, so dip down, there we go. And the other side, a couple little hooks under there to really lock this thing in, and it could use a new piece of that trim there as well. Well, that's it. Let's put the fasteners in. Probably could have just gone with brand new fasteners because this looks incredible now, and these old fasteners make it look a little bit worse, but hey, we're not putting crazy. This is no NCRS restoration. This is just a little bit of fun so I can have a driver. There's some little elbows for the washer fluid. Hopefully you didn't break those taking them out. One of mine was always broken. The hose was just hanging off, and these are incredibly hard to find. So that's not good for me. Now the short wiper arm is the passenger side and the long one is the driver's side, like we talked about earlier. So I'm gonna put the passenger one on first, and then we'll move on to this side. Just know if you do break one of these 90-degree washer elbows, they're made of pure unobtainium. So you can see that I repaired this one that was already broken, It took a long time to get that dug out of the hose, but hopefully this holds up. I know I can blow air through it, so it should still work. And it took quite a while to get that done. Well, I would call today a massive success. These little things all add up, and it starts to come together just like that. So now we're down to the things I'm dreading the most. Obviously, the top, which is a massive ordeal. On a Miata, it's a massive ordeal. So I bet it's worse on a C5, and this top is rough. I mean, it's really rough. And the clear repair. And then we're gonna have a driver, I think. I'm trying to think of other things to fix. I know there's more, but what are they? TPMS sensors. I need to change the lug nuts. We're getting close. Ratvette is coming together real quick. So, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjericho.com where you can get cool shirts, not like this. And please, like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. Also, I need to take all these interior pieces and the engine covers and put them back in. There's been a ton of comments lately asking what's going on with the roof. And the answer to your question is simple. They're still working on it. And the rest of the answer to your question is, I'm gonna ride the drone up. Big drone. This is an S85. She a big girl. Here we go. Into the train. And you guys can see the roof. They're still doing the sides, still doing the guttering. We're about to get vertical here. When we get vertical, forget it. I'm just gonna push the button. Oh, here we go. All right. Going up. Going big up. I think we can go a little bit farther vertical. Anyway, here's the roof. It's very pretty. TPO, obviously. All the new flashing on the heaters looks great. The front guttering's up, but the downspouts aren't on. That rear guttering's on, and this guttering's on, but the downspouts, obviously, they're all in that pallet right there. I think we can go up a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. It's like the carnival ride when they launch up. Oh, I went all the way. All right, we're going out more. Extend me. We got like 10 more foot. 85, baby. Even with the cell tower. A few more feet. This thing rocks. Wow. You can see all the way across Wichita to grain elevators over there. What a view. This is incredible. I didn't realize just how epic 85 foot was. What a view. But these guys are getting it done. They're doing a great job. And what a beautiful view. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day.